This is Dorothy and Olus from the Amazing Race.
This is Eva.
And this is Trystenne. And we're from the Amazing Race Season 10.
And you're watching.
Sorry.
This is Dorothy and Olus
This is Eva.
And this is Trystenne.
from the Amazing Race Canada Season 10.
And you're watching Shifter.
So let's go back to the beginning. Like, what made you guys even want to apply to be on Amazing Race Canada?
So we moved to Canada about 3 years ago. And as soon as we moved here, we started exploring, just getting to know the place and getting to see how beautiful it is. And then we found out about the show. I mean, we've already been watching it kind of like we knew about the Amazing Race, but we realized that Canada had its own version. So we're like, wait, we can apply for this, travel around Canada and do it on a TV show. Why not?
Go ahead. It's always happened.
Go ahead. Go.
I think we talk about representation being so important and being able to show generations and younger generations that these opportunities are open to all of us, and that it's just important that we show Black girl magic on TV and allow people to feel like they're being represented in these fields and in these industries.
Yes. And it's just important because this show, Amazing Race, has been a staple in Canadian television for years and years and years. So just for the fact that we could be on this show, I grew up watching Amazing Race, seeing it everywhere. So the fact that we were on the show and we represented to our full potential as Black women and giving Black girl magic, it was just it was just something we had to do for sure.
When you applied, well, did you feel like you would get on, or was it kind of like a long shot?
Not gonna lie, we felt we were gonna
We're feeling very confident. We're feeling very, very, very confident. Yeah. But I feel like we feel that way in anything we do. Anything we set our minds to, we're very confident that as long as we put our best foot forward, we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah. And we gave an amazing audition tape. That part too.
I think it was kind of here and there. So at some, there were times where we definitely have a shot at this. We have what it takes. There are times it's I'm not sure if we're even going to be considered to be fit enough for this race.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a push and a pull mentally.
Mm-hmm. And when you finally got the call or the email to say you're going to be on, what was that first reaction?
Oh, at first we didn't even know that that's what they were telling us.
Yes.
We're like, wait, what are you saying right now? And then immediately it clicked, we screamed, we threw the phone around, oh my God.
We're like, oh shit.
That was the craziest. They even tricked us. Do you remember?
Yeah, they did.
They told us that we had an additional meeting, a last minute meeting that we needed to have, and we needed to have a call.
We were tired.
We had done everything. We had done so many portions of the interview process. And when they called us, we're like, hey guys, is everything okay? Whatever. And I don't even remember how they said it.
It was a Friday. They were like, oh. They're like, well, they asked us, how was your day? Yeah. And then they're like, okay, we have one question for you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you guys ready to be on Amazing Race Canada?
And at first we're like, no, are you ready? And we're like,
so when you guys were on set about to tape the first day, what emotions were kind of going through your mind? They're about to say action, you're on set, first challenge. What are you feeling?
I think there's two parts to that question. Internally, we were confident. We were ready to go. We were so excited. I feel like we prepped prior to beginning the show. And then while we were there during that training week, we were ready to go. In reality, it was cold. It was wet. It was a long process before we even said go and get started. So I feel like that was a little hard to work through.
Yeah.
I'd say my heart was racing because it was once we had go, I mean, that's when it's you're on your own, do your thing, figure it out. So it was just nerves of trying to get the first clue, trying to take time to understand it and all of that. There was definitely a lot of anxiety on my end.
I think for us, it was a huge reality check because to some extent, I think a lot of us thought that this was staged and they'll just say, this is what you do. But then they're like, go. And you're like, wait, what? Excuse me? So it was kind of a huge reality check. And we're so scared that, oh my God, we're really doing this. Yeah, but I think we're able to just get through it.
Now, I heard you guys have similar phobias to me. When I think, Dorothy, you're afraid of heights.
Yes.
And then Olus, you're afraid of large bodies of water. I share those. I don't know if it's a Black thing. So how did you guys kind of mentally go into this, like having those, like how did you have to psych yourself up to kind of, face those phobias?
I think for me, also because of, being able to watch all the other seasons of the show, I knew that we are going to get tested. So we already knew it, like we had it at the back of our minds that you're going to get tested with your fears one way or the other. So we kind of mentally just came prepared. Mm-hmm. And we also kind of thought about that, like we just have to get it done. We're not going to take any penalties. We're not going to just drop off. We're not going to give up. So whatever it is, like we'll just find how to help each other out and just get it done. So it was kind of like a mental check for us before going into the race, because we knew like you can't go on the Amazing Race Canada and not get tested. So we knew that we were going to get tested at our phobia. So we're kind of ready for that.
Yeah, even when like we were prepping for the race, there were times we went to like the pool at our gym and we just like took the leap to the deep end and we're like, this is probably gonna happen on the show. Like jump into the deep end, see what happens. The lifeguards here and all of that. I think we did a water slide as well. Just to simulate like whatever scenario was gonna play out in the water.
We took a couple hikes as well, just like for me to like stand at the edge and just kind of look, down below, and I was like, it gave me the shivers, but I was like, I'm gonna do this on the show anyway, so I better get ready.
So she is scared of heights, but it's so crazy. Ironically, the first episode, the first challenge, it's something to do with heights. It's crazy. Rappelling off of the Niagara Falls wall or whatever. So it's something she wanted to conquer, which I'm so proud of her. She did that, which is amazing. I'm not a good swimmer.
That was the first thing in my mind. I was like, I knew she was gonna say water.
So it wasn't gonna work for me. But yeah, luckily I didn't have to deal with that. So yeah.
Definitely. So just, did you guys get any feedback from people at all? Like just, you guys might talk about representation. Did you guys get any feedback just from audience members in general who are just happy to see, two Black sisters on their TV screens?
Everybody was so happy and so excited to see us. Like we were so overwhelmed by all the love, the messages, the DMs, the comments, all, like the engagement on social media. Everybody was so supportive and just like showering us with so much love for that exact reason, like to be able to see two sisters, especially like empowering each other, supporting each other, all that kind of stuff. Like everyone was so supportive of us.
And they were just so proud of us, regardless of whatever the outcome was. Everybody was so proud of us. One thing that really stood out to me, I have like little nieces and they got to watch the show, and like my sister-in-law sent me a video, voice note of my niece saying, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait to watch Auntie Eva on this." It was just so warmed my heart. And that's the reason why we did what we did. Exactly. So that people that, we know, and even little girls that we know can look at us and be like, okay, like I can do this too. It's even close proximity. Like it's my aunt. She did this. Like there's nothing I can't do.
So, and it's crazy because I feel like so many people ended up telling us like, being on the show is my biggest dream. And we were like, we had no idea. Like, obviously, we haven't had those conversations before, but so many people are like, that's my biggest dream. I've always wanted to. I'm so happy that you guys are like showing out and representing for us. So it's been an amazing experience.
Do you feel like even just after the 2 episodes, do you feel like it made you a better person?
I would say definitely yes. So even just the whole process, like seeing the amount of work that goes into the whole race and how it comes together, seeing the challenges we had to face and how they're like even mostly part of like everyday living in Canadians' lives. I think that definitely inspired us to get out of our comfort zone more and try new things, take new adventures and challenges. It also made me know that Dorothy is actually stronger than she poses to be. So yeah, she shouldn't be surprised if I tell her to go out and mow the lawn or like do some heavy lifting, because I saw her fell down the falls.
Yeah, and I think for me, just also seeing the response from our audience, everyone is just happy that we got on the show. They don't even care where we got to. And I think we still spoke to someone that we ran into in the grocery store. She's like, damn, you guys grew up in Nigeria, but you were still able to get as far as you did. That's definitely a huge deal. So I guess, I know we only did 2 episodes, but at least like we kind of made an impact.
Now you guys went home after the first episode.
Sadly.
So like what was that? Like what was that? What were those emotions like? Like how did you guys feel? How did you guys feel? I'm sure you guys are competitive people. How did that feel?
We went through the ringer with that. We definitely went through the ringer.
I think it was like a lot of emotions. Like emotions like dang, we're sad that we were first to be eliminated, but like at the same time, we're so proud of ourselves for even making it this far, for even being on the show, for even trying our best and not even giving up, because
there were some
we could have been
shaking it a little bit.
We could have been like, oh, okay, like we can stop right here, but we didn't. We kept pushing forward, and it just was by chance that we were the last team to make it there.
When you're on the carpet at the end, you hear him say, "Sorry, Dorothy and Olus, you are the last team to arrive." Like, what's it when you hear those words? Like, what does it feel like as a contestant?
So I think that before going into it, like you think that you feel so bad and you're going to break down and cry. But I think at that moment, like we just thought about everything that we did and how far we came and how much we're able, just even being on the show, like you're still happy that, well, at least I got to where I did and I was able to experience, like I said, I faced my fear of heights, you jumped into the water, like you just start thinking about all the moments you made and all the people you met. And I think it's more about that in that moment. You think you're going to cry and be sad, but I don't think that's how we felt, no.
I think there was some sense of pride on that.
Some sense of pride for sure.
What we had accomplished.
Yes.
It's like your stomach to the stomach. It was actually like your stomach is sunken in. Like you're almost in disbelief when you're standing there. It takes a minute to like process the words he's just said.
I don't know if you
I thought he was joking.
You were like, oh.
I thought he was joking. I thought, like, John, are you sure? Are you sure? But it was one of those things where, like, for sure, the immediate emotion is like sadness or like a little bit of disappointment, not necessarily in our efforts, but just in the final result, and just really going into it so confident, so sure, and the end result not being, entirely what we expected. But just like what she said, once we like stood back and looked at the entire opportunity in itself, we were so proud of ourselves. Like it was easy to switch from, disappointment and whatever to just being so proud of ourselves and so happy. So
what was like afterwards, just kind of watching the show as a viewer, like seeing how the other teams may have been strategizing, moving, talking, like what was like watching the other teams and stuff, or just watching the episode as a viewer?
It was fun to watch it.
Yeah, it was fun to watch it.
Because obviously while it's happening, you don't really see everybody like in every single like portion of the show. So it was nice to be able to see like, okay, you guys went on a bus. Okay, you guys went left instead of right. Like
well, for me, not too shocking, but I think just seeing the other relationship dynamics and seeing other people that were like going at each other and like fighting and trying to strategize against each other, it's funny to watch from our end. Yeah,
just the people who were like acting treacherous.
Yes.
That was funny for me. I was like, oh, you did that? I'm like, you said that?
And I mean, just even watching ourselves back too and just seeing how much I was crying and I was so frustrated, it's actually hilarious.
A lot of tears were shed.
I'm able to laugh at myself, which is actually fun.
And then looking back at the show, watching it as a viewer, anything you feel like you would have done differently now, like just watching it as a viewer?
I think the only thing which like we even caught like even before we watched it was just like the last leg. I mean, I don't know if we did like the last challenge fast, but we probably didn't get to the map fast enough because we didn't ask someone for directions fast enough. So that's what
maybe that could have saved us.
That's good. Can each of us, before we go, each of you give us like just what your maybe one highlight was just from the whole experience.
Highlight for me is definitely the kayak moment.
Yes.
Like us just paddling to get onto the kayak and fight for it. We actually got like a small souvenir of like 2 beers on a kayak. And that memory is going to live with us forever.
Yes.
That's good.
I know they didn't show much of this, but the haunted house was the funniest thing in the whole hour. We went through a haunted house and it was in Niagara Falls, and it was the funniest but scariest thing in the whole wide world. They didn't show much of it, but
on our end,
but we were really going through it in there. I thought that was like, in the end, I was like laughing.
Yeah.
Like, be for real.
But I feel like for the overall experience, it was amazing to actually experience reality TV in its fullest. That's something that like we both obviously have been striving towards. So the fact that we were able to reach one of our goals, one of our like very, very big goals, and like just take in every ounce of it, I feel like that was the highlight of it.
Yeah.
Like being able to see the behind the scenes, like being mic'd up, understanding that like you got to stay with your camera person. Those are all like factors that you don't experience as an audience member. So being able to kind of like flip that experience for yourself, that was definitely the highlight.
Yeah, definitely cool.
And lastly, that what I think, Trystenne, you're into fitness, I think. Is
We
that
both are.
We're both are.
both are defenders.
Personal
Okay.
trainer.
So talk a little bit about what you guys do outside the show to kind of give a little bit of a plug of what you guys do.
We are both personal trainers in Toronto. We work at a gym called Club Energy. It's an all-female gym located here in North York.
Yeah.
We go.
So yeah, we both specialize in different things. I'm more of like a strength training coach. So I run a couple classes here, and then I also do personal training with one-on-one clients as well. So yeah.
We've both been in the game for a long time.
In personal training for a long time. And it's something that we're very passionate about. We love
100%.
like helping women, so
become their best selves,
yeah.
which was nice because a lot of our clients were so excited to say like, that's my trainer doing our big one. You know what I mean? Eva has a brand Fit Forever, my brand Fit with Tris. Like being able to say like our brands were on television was amazing.
Okay, so should I go
Yeah.
for it? Okay. Yeah, so outside of the show, we're content creators and creative entrepreneurs. So yeah, we do a lot of fun stuff on our channels, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We're also music artists. So that's one thing we had like kind of on the back burner for a while, but we're exploring that again. We've been doing a couple of shows, a few shows here and there. So anything creative, anything entertainment. We also both have a marketing background. So those are the kind of things we do. We also do like strategy for people who want to run campaigns and all of that.
That's amazing. So if anyone wants to find you guys or OT Love Train online, where can we find you?
Yeah, so you can find us everywhere, but we're at The Lovers XO on our pages. So Instagram, TikTok, even YouTube, Twitter, we're at The Lovers XO. So the OT Love Train is kind of like our parent company, but we go by The Lovers XO now.
You can find me at Fit Forever, FITFOREV, double A at the end.
And you can find me at Trystenne Bury, TrystennenneBury on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your time. Congratulations on even just getting on their show and getting as far as you did.
Thank you so much.
And we'll definitely be tuning into what you guys are doing.
Amazing. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
You.